human graves.
Here lies fine and
Let's
Surrey.
hope none are earmarked for me.
Generous patronage helped build these burial grounds, and who refused to be buried in the Surrey crypt.
Above, look at all these bones. I've spotted something. Still stuck. There must be another one.
What's this? I found something.
Ah, success. Garbage. It's shut tight. It's shut tight. It's shut. I've spotted something.
A sinner I, and who is not? The sinner lies that they sin not. A sinner lies. And yet the boneyard's full of sinners who got their prayers, while I did not.
Time and the elements have left this grave marker illegible. The spirit gives you a tortured...
ready. Prepare yourself.
Come and get me, you overgrown grasshopper. Ready. I'll yield to none. I'm ready. Prepare yourself. good. My lad's gonna want to make sure his ma's for that. Ugly thing, innit? There you are, my good-looking lad.
Ma!
And how's my little spider monkey doing? Safe and sound?
Spider monkey? You mean dragon?
Come here, you.
Mother and son fall into a tight embrace. One tear rolls down Mari's nose, falls on the black stubble on Barin's head. She strokes the wet drop away, smiling. Mari seems oblivious to you. Her eyes are closed, her lips turned in a serene smile as she strokes Barin's head.
My boy, my good boy.
Hey, wait, 1 sec. Ma! Ma, look! Ma, this is my friend. Friend, this is Ma. Ma made it back. See? She's here. Thank the gods.
Thank the gods. Oh, thank the mum. And our friend here too. Believe it when I see it, but hey. I know a good arm when I see one. I'll tell my cousin Raymond what you did. He's real high up in the order and he's visiting Driftwood as we speak. Could be he has some good work for you. Reckon there's space for us in the Magister's barracks. Raymond ought not to turn down his own cousin. Some dwarves, locals, attacked a Magister caravan. Must have been sorcerers inside. Voidwoker must have sensed them. Came in formation like a proper battalion. Never seen anything like it.
Mari looks to Barin and flexes. He does the same back at her.
Luck wishes. We're off into town. Best of luck to you, mate. And come say hi if you make your way inside.
Now is not the time for a bath.
Rather large for a cellar, isn't it?
You're too large for this.
Spotted something. What's this? I found something. The turtle looks up at you, slowly. It looks down, slowly. It looks back to you, slowly.
Lucky in life, unlucky in love.
She lets loose a long sigh. She inhales. She sighs again.
Oh, Rory, the rat. He's just over there. Don't blink, or he'll flit right past, like a rat. He's Grace. I'm gruel. I'm too slow to give him smooches. And he's so smoochable. If only I could keep up. I could groan sweet things in his little ears. I could tell him I love him. I could share my beats. I like beats. Oh, how kind. But I don't like butter. You could try carrot juice or some kind of nectar. Do rats like nectar? Maybe cheese juice. Is there such a thing as cheese juice? Whoosh. Oh, that's too bad. Because then you could cheese juice her up.
She grins at her own joke. It takes a good minute for her mouth to reach a full smile. The turtle looks up at you, slowly. It looks down, slowly. It looks back to you, slowly.
Lucky in life, unlucky in love. Used to be the ladies, was there one day and wasn't the next. Ryker now, nice guy, gives me beats. I like beats. May the soil under your feet stay ever soft.
The turtle looks up at you.
Lucky and may the soil
I can hear something scurrying around.
You, apple tater cheese. Hungry cheeseberry.
The rat vacuums up your scent. Its whiskers twitch.
Cheese food, fruit food.
Love is in the hair. May the soil under your feet stay ever smooth.
We make a cute couple.
As you move to ascend the stairs, the skull at the top of the pile creaks around and gazes at you. Well, it seems to be gazing, but there are certainly no eyeballs in those barren sockets.
Why do you lurk in my cellar? Tell me now, and tell me true, or face the consequences. A truth so rare to hear in this world. The truth can make you many friends. Me, for example. Head upstairs, Godwoken. We'll speak more there.
A spirit sits behind the grand piano, her hands moving to and fro along the ivory keys.
O'er black and white my fingers dart, as lost between worlds as I am. O'er globes they glide, o'er flats and sharps. Whither go they, Lord of Life? Direct them.
Her hands fall upon the keys like raindrops on a lake. Music ripples and rises like it did before the dragon's throne, thousands of years ago. The masked creature is mute, save the occasional moan. The stag trophy stares outward with dull glass eyes, inscrutable and a little disquieting. A faint breath of chill air brushes the back of your neck. The gentle scrape of a sound, a foot or a hoof, dragging across a floorboard perhaps. The ghostly stag inclines its antlered head towards you.
For what prize would a foolish poacher discard his life? The answer lies at a halo of wildflowers. Seek it out, and heed the wisdom the poacher would not.
The spirit of the stag stares upwards at its own mounted head.
My head and spirit stay here with my master, but my body lies at the halo of wildflowers, with the damnable one who took my life.
Death prowls above. Ascend only if you seek it.
The salamander turns away from you with a hiss and a wheeze.
A visitor? Such a rare and exquisite pleasure.
The elf tilts his head backwards, but his squinted eyes don't stray from yours.
Call me Ryker, and I shall call you Ifan, yes? Such fortune that a fellow lone wolf would cross my path purely by chance. Why, the stories are legendary, my good man. As you must have known of me from lupine tales, so do I know of you. Any lone wolf would recognize the silver claw on sight. To meet you is a great honor. I suspect you know yourself by yet another name, however. Godwoken. Oh, Ifan, your reputation surely precedes you. Do you suppose you pass through this land unnoticed? I also see you are not yet whole.
He presses a slender forefinger against his tight lips and hums.
I'm not a generous man, but I could give you what you seek if you offer something in return. A fair exchange between one wolf and another. You must go to the Black Pits. There's a cavern there. In it, you'll find a stone tablet of considerable value.
He points to the location on your map.
Bring it to me.
Dizziness. It lasts just a moment, but long enough for you to feel Ralik's presence. You hear no words, yet understand. It's imperative you accept Ryker's bargain. The episode passes. Ryker is peering at you intently. He awaits your reply.
I would think that obvious, my good fellow. You're dying to show off those smouldering talents of yours. You just don't know how to handle them. I can help you with that. I can share my bond with the source with you, fill your well to the brim, make you a master. The rest of the story, well, it's yours to write. It's a miracle of the ancients, priceless, really, and powerful enough to draw the Magister's attentions. I won't bore you with further detail. Suffice it to say, it is safer in my hands than in theirs. Oh, but heading to the Black Pits would mean tangling with more Magisters, and they're such a nuisance. I like keeping my hands clean, you see.
Ryker's lips stretch and his cheeks bulge, but you couldn't rightly call his unusual grimace a smile.
I'm a man of taste, as you no doubt see. A relic this significant would make an incredible addition to my collection. Don't deny an old wolf his simple pleasures. A promise you'd best fulfill.
Ryker bows his head deeply.
Then you'll have the power you seek, if not the power that trumps it. There will always be one greater, you know. Now please, don't let me keep you. Tarquin. Ah, that must be the fellow I found snooping in unwanted places. There are some types, deceitful types, that don't deserve to be among a place of such treasure. He doesn't appreciate what the dead can do for us, my friend.
He turns the back of his hand towards you and waves it back and forth, nudging you away.
Do be sure to see yourself out. These tomes demand my attention. Striking language. Smart writing is a forgotten art.
I've spotted something. locked in perpetual prayer. Keep trying, my friend.
In death, the dwarves give eagles life. An elegant passing for an inelegant people.
The eagle glowers at you with one baleful eye, keeping the other eye firmly trained on the stringy morsels of rotting flesh dangling from its beak.
You dare! You dare touch Master's gifts! No invitation! Leave now! Leave me and Master alone!
The eagle glowers at you with one baleful eye, keeping the other eye firmly
You dare!
Biting deep into the rotting flesh, your senses are assailed with a rank odour of meat long past its prime. Your memory wavers and becomes not your own, but the memory of one who led the most solitary of lives. You see myriad wings flapping, your hand scattering birdseed. You hear the screeching of eagles, the tearing of flesh. All of your life is centred on this place, this pedestal of death. All of your life is dedicated to feeding your eagles the meat of your dearly departed people. The eagle glowers at you with one...
You dare!
I don't know this goddess, but I can imagine the tall tales told of her. I know little of dwarven death rituals. What role does this woman play?
Callum Anchoret lies here. Fell in the Great War, aged 14. Paradise Downs, Stone Garden. The shaggy dog keeps his distance, wary eyes sizing you up as his hackles rise.
You run away. Everyone here run away. All run from something.
He cocks his head to one side, confusion and suspicion wrinkling up his fuzzy face.
I ran away from bad man. Very bad man. Man wanted to make me spider food. I know. I can sniff. Good and bad. Ryker bad. Bad man. So bad. I liked his house. Big garden of stones. Lots and lots of bones to dig. Good, tasty bones. But when I sniffed him, how he is for true, I ran and ran and ran.
He paws a few tentative steps closer and sniffs all around you, nose wrinkling with concentration.
Smell good. Smell good. Like forest and earth and blood.
He bounds forwards and licks your face effusively. His breath stinks of graveyard clay and ancient bones. Immediately, you feel an allergic reaction developing on your cheek, hot red blotches spreading in an angry rash. The dog scurries away to sniff about the area, leaving you with his approval and an itchy face.
Run away!
Looks like this place has seen better days. Much better days.
Gareth toils in monotony. Gareth freezes, then whips his head in your direction. That face. No longer unreadable and red-hot, he rises up, imperious and indignant.
How dare you! How dare you! I'm forced to dig my murdered parents' graves, to watch the soil cover them little by little, and you suggest they deserve this horror! Can a godwoken be this daft, or are you just that callous?
His breaths are loud and fast, like a charging bull's. Gareth's furious breath slow. His cheeks go from red to pink. His jaw stays clenched, however. His anger may be diminished, but it hasn't retreated.
No, of course you didn't. I've seen Seeker's blood seeping into the sand. I waded through corpses on the deck of the Lady Vengeance. But when the lifeless eyes looking back at you are your own mother's, I just didn't know. I didn't know what darkness lied beyond pain. Now, well, now I do. I know the culprits. Dallas's pets. Such helpful tools they are, too. The abominations do the dirty work, and the whites keep their robes clean. Convenient! They're still there, spreading their rancid smell through the house. Paladins came to clean up the mess. In the name of Lucian, they say, and they seem to believe it.
Gareth's face reddens again. His jaws clench so tightly that his lips purse outwards into a frightful sneer. His voice is a whip, threatening to punish anyone or anything that draws too near.
I'm the one who has prayed. An endless litany. How many pleas does it take? How many tears do I have to shed? How much must I lose for the gods to listen?
Gareth forcefully exhales and looks past you to the nearby house. You fear he might snap the shovel's handle in two.
I've got no use for empty platitudes. Not from some whinging wolf chosen as the Seven's special pet.
You swear you hear Gareth's pulse, galloping faster than a saddled mount. You've never heard such a thing before, but you suspect Gareth's heart is close to tearing.
If you want to help, then you find the craven wight that ordered their slaughter. Anyone that stands between you and truth, no matter the flag they fly or creed they follow, make them bleed!
His clenched jaw tightens further, and then, in an instant, Gareth's guard is broken. Tears well in his eyes. With every blink, a pearl of grief falls to his cheeks.
My parents, they did nothing to deserve this. They were good. Honest. More honest than me. I'd give my own life to bring them back. I never got that last chance to tell them I loved them. I never got to say goodbye. You're right. There's nothing more to be done here. Lucian, forgive me. And please, Godwoken, please forgive me too.
That thing isn't Donna. It's a monster, pure and simple. All of them are.
The two paladins Gareth mentioned are arguing in front of the door to the modest farmstead. As they notice your arrival, they stop talking and look at you quizzically.
We're guarding this house. Wise to stay well back. There's a bunch of silent monks inside who've tasted blood today. Already killed in there, so they did.
They didn't kill anybody. The magisters who control them did. You know Donna, she wouldn't hurt a fly. Not until they turned her.
But they did turn her. And now she's not Donna anymore. Get it through your head. The poor creature should be put down.
No, wait! Surely, maybe someday they can be fixed. When all this source nonsense is over.
The other Magister rolls his eyes and shakes his head as he turns to face you.
In any event, it's our business, not yours. You just stay well away from the door and you'll be perfectly safe. You can't do that. They were people who were loved. It's not right to butcher them like cattle. Back off, man. Can't you see he's upset enough about Donna without all this? Back off. Back off. Lucian's blessings. I can't bring myself to do it. Not Donna, not anymore. It's the Magister's property. Let them handle it.
Nice.
Besides, what's the alternative? Gareth is good.
This dwarven monk hangs his head, as if looking down at his feet. A wretched gurgling noise issues from him. Staring down into his face, you realize you were staring into mutilation. He has no eyes, his empty sockets crawling with blood maggots. The gurgling sound comes from his stitched mouth, though no meaning can be understood. The lumpen, silent monk stands like a pillar of decaying flesh. So still it seems he is not even breathing. All of a sudden, like a bellows, he exhales a fetid gust right into your face. The stench of rot shrouds you, coating you in a way you fear will never truly be washed away. A spillage all over the floor. This silent monk looks like she was only recently converted. Her beautiful face is unblemished, and the eyes looking at you are not yet the full fulgent black of other silent monks you have seen. One of her hands trembles. Twitching, it reaches out to you. Her hand is cold and smooth, like that of a porcelain doll. Jerkily, as if unused to movement, she strokes your hand gently and looks into your eyes. Her lips part and her mouth moves. Did she whisper, "Save me," or "Slay me"? Or did you only hear what you wanted to hear in the whispers of the wind? Slipping your hand free from hers, you back away and leave her standing there. Her arm remains outstretched, stroking, as if you were still right there beside her. You see yourself in the mirror. It's quite a sight.
That thing isn't Donna. It isn't anyone. It's a monster, pure and simple. All of them are.
Solid and immobile, the silent monk abides. He looks through your eyes with seeming disinterest as the life ebbs from his body, drop by drop, until he is gone and the flesh that housed him slumps to the ground.
Besides, what's the alternative? Guard this door.
Emaciated of body and spirit, this silent monk stands straighter than the others, the remnants of military bearing clear in her posture. This must be Donna, the one spoken of by the paladins guarding the door. She gives no indication at all that she has heard you, save for a single tear dripping from one eye. Her tears flow along with her blood, yet, even in the moment of death, she does not break her silence. The silent monk stands with one arm outstretched, stroking the air in front of her. Her eyes squeeze shut and her whole body trembles, but she puts up no resistance as you kill her. The silent monk sways and gurgles, head cast down. He does not resist in the least, merely slumps to the ground with one final gurgle.
It's not Donna, not anymore. It's the Magister's property. Let them handle it.
Here lies an unknown farmhand, not a dwarf, but of them. Here lies the body of Riona Lee, drowned in the flood of 83.
Ruler
a passing drifter
of a
tried to
rotting
save
kingdom.
her, and himself was dragged under. Here lies Ogden Quincy, poet and tavern wit.
As
Here
beautiful
lies
as
the clown,
always,
thank the
if
gods.
unwilling to whisk me away from this place.
Here lies Maurinia Grigsby Barflett, died wealthy days after her husband. Here lies Farron Harkwood, daughter of Roland. Here lies Roland Harkwood, sister to beloved husband of Prudence and Niles, attentive father to Niles. Unexplained. Here lies Coleman Crossdaughters, worked hard for his living. His rest is earned.
Come on, mistress. Hear me, heed me. You've always had a glint in your eye for old Zimsky. Don't abandon me now.
Zimsky mutters to himself as he traces sigils in the dirt. He spies you, and a shrewd look brightens his eyes. He stretches out a hand, showing you a solitary coin on his palm.
Heads or tails? A canny one, you are. That's what Lady Luck herself always whispered to me in the night. Much good it did me. All my life I served her, and see how it ends? In the dirt, just the same as everybody else.
Turning from you, he crouches back to the dirt. He resumes tracing esoteric sigils, his fingertips swirling through the graveyard clay.
Her signs, the caller. Oh, Lady Luck always came when I called. For 30 years we roamed Rivellon together. She was my faithful mistress, from card game to wager to grift. She was the life of me. Yet she wants no dead man. Now I cannot influence even a coin toss. But you breathe. I'll wager you've more use for my gifts than I do. Here, Tell me what you truly value. If my lady sees fit, I'll give you what I truly value in return. Good enough?
He smiles a foxy smile as he stabs claw-like fingers at your chest. He begins to trace sigils on your flesh. Though you cannot feel his fingers upon your skin, something inside you shifts. You feel a coldness, and a sick longing seeps into your heart. He croons incantations as he works, and his voice is like the throwing of 1,000 dice inside your brain. Your body is suddenly filled with lust for coin and craving for more.
Now you feel her touch. Now Lady Luck sings in your blood as she once did in mine. And now I feel nothing.
What is it he holds? A tome of prayer? Or a tome of judgment?
Fell from a great height, her loss keenly felt, hit by a falling object. Here lies Blodwyn Rince. Rest well, sweet mother. Here rests Gawain May Rince. Those whose love to her was given reunite brother to Gwydion. Here lies Roland Hartwood, beloved husband of Prudence. Here lies a father to Nice, buried near his daughters. The dog growls and bares its teeth at you in a wide, unsettling grin.
Skies today.
Here lies Glenn Raymond, proud father, died
a
in
throwback
penury.
to a more civilized time. Not that I remember such a time. Nice statue, as statues go.
Here lies Phylan Surrey, whose family's generous patronage helped build these burial grounds. And who refused to bury
She's as close to a guardian angel as it gets out here.
Here lies Galen Heavendale, a lost soul, executed in his pride. Here lies Theo Payne, fortune-teller and visionary.
Who has not sinned?
Here lies Margilenia Pruitt, who won many battles at the bridge.
Look out. I see a trap nearby.
Here lies Secundia Pruitt, wife to the first of Driftwood's bridge masters.
Brave you dig. Oh, yes, you would. Click, click, bang!
Yes?
Are you certain you...
If we have different...
Lizards.
The servant grumbles.
Is that an elven ancestor tree just ahead? It's beautiful.
The roots of a great ancestor tree reach from deep underground to the surface above and beyond. But this tree feels tainted. You are a scion of the elves. The mother tree demands your blood. You do not have a choice. She has a plan, and you must serve her with your death. You heed your mother's wishes and take root. But then you hear a voice, a friendly whisper from beyond. The voice knows you. He understands you. He loves you. He offers you your freedom and asks but one small service in return. Grateful, you accept. In an instant, you are an elf once more, walking in the world. But your new friend begins to make demands. Small services, then larger and more often. They cause you pain. At last, he bids you guard your tree. He expects you shall have guests. You shall kill the Godwoken when they come. Then you shall be free. The roots of a great ancestor tree reach from deep underground to the surface above and...
Another statue in the stone garden. Nothing more or less.